Mr. YouTube. There we go. Now it's flipping over. And good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another Jedi Academy. Glad to have you guys here on a Saturday morning to the Q&A show for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. We'll get into how it all works here in just a second, but let's introduce everybody. I'm your host, Ranger J 1999. Joining me is that mongrel idiot and my heterosexual life partner, Dr. Finn, medicine woman, the troll extraordinaire. Finn, did you get something in the mail yesterday? All right, Finn's retarded. All right, moving on.
You told me I was a mongrel.
So you're saying that's how mongrels sound? Okay, we're moving on. Someone who's not, just the complete opposite of that is good old Maurice, who is apparently trying to figure out what he wants to have in his background and is having issues. Because he's wearing a white,
as you guys can see,
because he's wearing a white T-shirt.
Yeah, that might have part of the reason that's gonna have some issues. And I have no more green screen. I'm in the process of redoing things, and I got this wood paneling.
Yes,
right here.
It's not conductive. Yes.
Yeah, circa 1978.
Yes,
up in this bitch.
Hey,
ready to go.
That's the way it is down there in South Carolina. Also joining us, who does have a proper green screen and it is working, is Australians Most Wanted. Heinze is here with us.
Hello, gentlemen. Good morning. I hope everything's well. Awesome to be back, of course.
Yes, always.
Yeah. Can't get enough. For some reason, you keep saying, "Hey, you should come back." I still can't work out why. But at some point, I'm sure someone will tell me.
It's pity.
It's pity.
We get drunk along with you, Heinze, and we make bad decisions as well.
Woo!
And also joining us represent the other far side, far away from Australia, and the little old island, formerly the British Empire. That's not so much of an empire, it's just British. Is Michael Huntington, W. Huntington III of Her Majesty's Gaming Services.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, my friend. So it's the middle of the night for Heinze, it's afternoon for Mike, and it is too goddamn early in the morning for the rest of us here in the U.S. So, yes, welcome all. And if you're new to the Jedi Academy and you're wondering how all this works, it's pretty simple. It's we brought these wonderful people together to answer your questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and the way it works is if you have a question for the panel, all you need to do is put your question into the chat. You can see some examples already there by some of our wonderful skewers and people that watch the show a lot. If you're new, we do encourage you to ask questions, participate. This is what this is about. You've got questions. We want to help you with your answers. So get those questions into the chat. The format is, if you want to ask a question, make sure you put question in front of your statement. We use Nightbot to scoop up all the questions. So if you don't put the word question in front of your statement, we're not going to catch it. Sometimes we do, but that's on you. And the other thing that I will say is, if we go for about 2 hours. If you want to get your question answered, then it behooves you to try to get that in sooner rather than later, because we will have a cutoff, and and it's okay, because if we don't get it, you can wait till next week to ask your question, or during the week we stream all the time and we get bombarded by questions, which we're more than glad to take during the week, and you can ask us questions then, or if it's really pressing, then you can jump on our Discord. You're more than welcome to join our community, and you can ask us questions there. We have a Q&A section there as well. So lots of ways to get your questions taken care of. Remember to hit the thumbs up as you come in. Very much appreciated. As all YouTubers say, like, comment, and subscribe. That's what we always encourage. So if you like to do that, please do. There you go. So we're getting those questions in. Gonna get them scooped up. Again, I can't emphasize, if you have a question, make sure you put the word question in front of your statement. I feel bad when people say, I didn't get my question answered. Did you put question for your statement? No. Well, there you go. We can't see it because that's just the way it works. So make sure you put question in front of your statement. All right. What we like to do first off, before we start getting all the questions coming in, greetings to everybody in the chat. Glad to have you guys here. we like to talk about the news this week, and nothing really happened this week at all, so we'll just move past that. Nothing big or exciting happened at all. I'm kidding, of course. We had some news, and I like to go around and let everybody talk about the big news. And the big news this week is that Finn is a goddamn psychic. I read yesterday's post and I was like, is Finn some kind of Houdini? What is going on here? I was in complete shock. I was in complete shock because I got what I was looking for from the announcement yesterday. And then I was reading through and I'm like, did Finn raid CG? What is going on here? Everything that he had said on Wednesday came true. Finn, are you going to give your sources up or something here, buddy?
It wasn't exactly the same. It was close, but it wasn't
pretty
exact.
damn close. Man, a lot of the words that you had used were being used by CG there, dude. It was pretty impressive.
I don't know if that's a good thing if Finn's on CG's level. Let's be clear. I don't know if that's a good thing for everyone.
I don't know about that. I'm just saying that he got it correctly. So, I mean, abracadabra.
I am CG Finn for a reason. Just throwing that out there.
But I was so apprehensive about the road ahead, and then it popped, and I didn't see it before I read it live on the air, and I gotta tell you, I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked, and I am pleasantly optimistic. I mean, there's still a lot more information we need about this, but the possibilities gives me a lot of hope, and kind of made me smile because it made me think that CG is actually listening, and I'll be damned if they didn't put out something that I was like, well, I'll be damned. You know, one of those moments like, CG's
we got some more details, by the way.
Did we really?
I don't know how many of you guys had the chance to, but Galactic War Report had an interview with Crumb.
Okay, I did not hear this. Oh, so this is some breaking news. I
Yeah.
don't have the breaking news.
So I was listening to that
I'll do it
this
right
morning.
now.
See, So I was doing some research this morning for you guys because I saw that come up and I was like, let me go ahead and listen to it so it can kind of fill you guys in on some of the stuff. So a lot of details are in the post, but some of the other stuff that Crumb mentioned on the Galactic War Report is one, the event would show up basically somewhere between 24 hours and every week. So they don't have a cadence yet. It sounds like they might initially start off with keeping them a little bit farther apart.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is that it's almost kind of like randomly generated the environment that you're going to face. Are you going to be fighting on Endor? Are you going to be facing on Hoth? Are you going to be on the Death Star? All of these different things, they're planning it with their new like coding. They're doing it in such a way that they can change around each event and have it tied in with specific characters. So they're trying to create something that's reproducible, tying in with the environment. And as you saw in the Galactic Challenges, there's like 3 different types of modifiers based on just where you are and what your battle is. So they're spacing it out and they're going to try and generate more and more of these. So that's the first thing. There's going to be 7 tiers of difficulty on this, is what Crumb said. Each one will have about 3 challenges associated with them that you can try to complete if you want to. He said you don't necessarily have to go for them, but if you want to go for the challenges, there are going to be 3 different types. They're going to have different restrictions on them if you wanted to get those done. There's going to be no character lockout. So all characters are going to be eligible. So even though there might be a challenge for Ewoks or something, you can still go in with Jawas if that's all you have. So You're going to be open for everyone to play. He did say, though, part of the reason why they didn't give a little bit more kind of meat on the road ahead is because they're still in the middle of the development process. So they're not at the end of it yet. So that's probably why you didn't see any screenshots or any like work in progress stuff, is because they're still in the middle of working on it. And they're still trying to finalize some of the little things in between. So they're in the middle of the process. He's not sure exactly how you're going to be able to enter the event, but he said it should be a fairly low barrier of entry, allowing even the newer players to get in. So this is going to be kind of an open event and scaled by the tiers, which is going to be where you actually go for your difficulty. And the feats, he said, we're probably going to get a little bit more crazier than the ones that we see in GAC, because now it's going to be a little bit more PvE-centric. You're going to have multiple attempts. So we're going to be able to see hopefully some creative feats on the side of CG associated with these events. So and he said there's going to be a lot more variety to them, and they're building all of those out. So that's basically what he said on the Galactic War report. And yeah, figured I'd give you guys a quick kind of summary of some of the major points he brought out of the Galactic challenges that weren't on the actual post itself.
That does my heart proud. I'm really excited about this. My big thing was that it was something that was inclusive for everybody. Let's kind of go around the panel here. We got Clash joining us. Clash! He'll say
hey guys, sorry I'm late.
Nah, that's all right. You're
No worries.
Clash arrives precisely when he means to. Frodo Baggins.
Good to be here. Thanks.
Glad to have you here. All right, we'll start with you, Heinzie. Oh, wait, Jedi Master Dasher just showed up. Hello, Sleepy.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jedi Master Dash. All right, we're going to go around the corn. Everybody, what do you guys think about this new game mode and stuff? Heinzie, what do you think, buddy?
Game mode looks great. I'm obviously quite impressed that they are communicating finally. That's really all we wanted. Let's be fair. I think obviously having it an open forum to all players is definitely something that I'm thrilled about. That's something that I think I even mentioned a few days ago when I was speaking to Cubs as well, that, the next road ahead needed something for everyone. It needed to be more inclusive for the community, something that we can all sink our teeth into. I'm very, very thrilled with that. I hadn't seen, obviously, the Galactic War report, Finn, so thank you for that. Appreciate that, brother. But look, obviously with the road ahead, though, the thing that probably is the only thing that's a little bit, lackluster on what it could have included are things as far as what characters are still coming. We normally have something along those lines of what sort of character release. Are we still doing more Mando stuff? Are we're still doing more bits and pieces like that? It would have been nice to have had, an idea on what was still ahead as well. It's a road ahead, not just a content release. Okay. Which is great. I'm glad we're getting anything. Don't get me wrong. I'm really not trying to be negative here. I'm super positive about seeing a new game mode, PvE specifically. It's been a while since we've had it.
As well. I get it. It's totally fine. That's not negative.
Yeah. So I'm not going to sit here. I'm not throwing salt, and I'm certainly not negative. I'm rapt that we're getting communication. It's something that we wanted. It's something that we needed, to be fair. I think that's a great thing. I like something that's open to all players. That's brilliant. I think we certainly needed that. That's great. Could have been a little bit more meat on the bone, certainly. Not so much about the Galactic Challenges themselves, but just more collection and content.
All right. Good old Maurice, who's got Richard Marx apparently behind him. Is that Richard Marx? No, okay, I couldn't tell. It was covered up in his face. So that's some random dude that's trying to look like Bill Maurice from his high school days. Okay.
No, that's actually Jared Leto's high school picture.
Okay.
I respect
that. You heard it here first. Jared Leto makes an appearance.
Sure.
I'm very, because I've played several other mobile games. The early description sounds vaguely or very similar to a couple of the things I've seen in other games, and that's very exciting. If they were to, I don't want to say mimic some of these other things, it's your whole roster's open, and certain characters have bonuses, certain characters have penalties, and you just kind of compete. And I think not necessarily with each other, but with yourself. Like you get X amount of points, and you're into this reward tier. You perform even better, and you would have to use the bonus characters and all the things that have bonuses. You get up to a higher tier, and every tier kind of has scaled rewards. I think that's very cool because everyone, even if you don't have any of the bonus characters, if you're a brand new player, at least go in there and get the bottom tier, right? So I think if that's the route they're going, I think it's very good for the community, and you can play it. It's open all day long. You can play it as many times as you want. I'm not overly positive because we haven't figured out the monetization aspect of this. So I would like to know a little bit more about that. It could just simply be because you need all the characters now. That could be the monetization aspect, which would be fine. And I'm not overly negative because, this is a new game mode I think that everybody can participate in. And, of course, I want to see more information. But as we've learned from the past, you give too much information and you don't deliver on it. The whole community has a hissy fit, goes into a tizzy. So, it's, I don't know. I've heard a lot of people be real negative about this. I don't think it's really worth being super negative, but I can definitely understand the hesitation for overly optimistic. For no other reason than the past.
Yeah.
Than what they've done in the past. So
Well, yeah, CG's got to earn that trust, right? So
Yes.
for a lot of people, it's like burn me once, burn me twice. All right, third time, I'll wait and see, and I'm not going to get excited until I actually get the content. All right, Clash, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I'm totally for against it. If you've ever seen,
The
you guys are
birds.
for against anything. Oh yeah, it's my bird in the background. Sorry. Shut up, bird. I actually think this is pretty optimistic. I was on a collab whenever I was in Denver like a year and a half ago with Urza, and we were predicting what was going to happen in 2019. And I said I think they're going to give us an individual game mode where we can sort of scale up and tier, and it'll have sort of a PvE feel to it. And of course, 2019 came and went. It never happened. God, bird, shut up. Sorry. I may move to a different room.
Yeah.
But I was excited about that being the case, like there being something like this, a long time ago. So I'm glad that they're finally getting to it. What I'm actually even most interested in, though, is they said you have to complete all your daily quests, right? Do you also have to be in a guild, and do you have to have your 600 to open as well? Because I think that'd be a lot of guild leaders would love to have some form of like, okay, you got to get your guild stuff done first before you can open this as well individually.
Yeah, that is.
So in the Galactic War Report, Crom did address one of those things. The guild is not going to be part of doing this event.
Okay.
So you don't have to be in a guild in order to do this. In terms of the 600, just going back, he said they're not exactly sure how they're going to go about unlocking this. They're just going to make it a low barrier and for everybody. So I don't know if the 600 is going to be part of this or not, but guild is not.
Didn't they mention in the actual road ahead though, they were talking about that you had to complete your dailies first to unlock it?
You had to complete something daily. I don't think it said that. Let me double check, but I don't think it said the dailies. I think it just said you had to complete a daily activity.
I thought they said your quest had to be completed.
Correct.
Yeah.
My understanding is you got to complete all your dailies first, which then unlocks that event. That's my understanding. I may be wrong though.
That's what I thought too, because the wording just said completing daily activities.
Yep.
So we're just assuming that means all of them, but
Yeah.
to Finn's point, maybe it's not.
Maybe.
That would be terrible
Yeah,
for me.
I would like a 600 enforcement thing too. Like, we're still having to hunt people down to get your 600. So if this helped encourage that, that would be fantastic.
My arena payout is 11 p.m. my time. Like, if you have to complete all your daily activities, that's going to be miserable for me.
You have done that yourself, Anakin.
Yeah.
Why so late?
Because I had a hard time getting home from work and getting situated. I can't like play my arena battles during my commute from work. Like that's like just driving down the interstate doing my arena battles. Like I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, because this will definitely impact it if that is required to unlock it. A bunch of people are probably going to change their payouts again.
Yeah, 7 a.m. That'd be a lot of fun.
All right, and Michael Huntington III, anything you'd like to ask or offer for this new event?
I was looking at it and thinking, okay, so we're going to have to gear Tuscans, we're going to have to gear Jawas, Mombin Forcer.
No.
Yeah, like you said before, it's the entire roster, and they're going to kind of throw those in. So the tunes that aren't used much, that was my take on there. Yeah, because all the big stuff we use already. But I'm not negative on it. It's great. Give us content like that. This sounds fun. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Definitely.
All right. So we had that. We've had. I think that was the big thing this week.
I see how it is.
What? We talked about Jedi.
I don't get to say anything else, huh?
You were already talking, Jedi Master Dasher. Good Lord.
I was chiming in on something, man.
Yeah.
I see how it is.
Shut down.
I was going to go to the Jedi Master Dasher on the next subject, but I guess apparently she wants to talk about this and can. Okay, Jedi Master
Well, you're
Dasher.
asking everybody.
Uh huh.
So.
Yeah.
Not everybody.
Well, I was going to ask you about Vader.
I know, but not everybody.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. I was going to transition into Vader for you, Jedi Master
Oh,
Dash. And
really?
Liv.
Give me the Vader one.
Well, yeah,
and I don't
because
even have that.
because with the Luke and but that's fine. That's fine, Jedi Master Dasher. What do you think about this new event coming up and stuff, Jedi Master Dasher?
Yep, just get ready to R7 everybody.
No,
apparently.
don't say that. Oh, jeez.
That's Jedi Master Adastra's evil plan. You didn't call on me, Ranger. Relic 7, everybody! Oh my god, the world's gonna end!
Starting with your Jedi. R7, all Jedi first.
No.
You're okay.
Just causing mass hysteria, Adastra, since 2020.
No,
You're
but
just
for
shaking
real,
his head.
I'm in the same camp of optimism. I mean, this isn't the mode I was hoping for, but it's still something, at least it's something new-ish. It's kind of a hodgepodge of stuff we've already had, just rolled into one mode from the sounds of it. But if the rewards are awesome, I'm all for it. Give me some, stun guns,
Please be
Zeta,
stun guns.
currency, something.
Yeah. I wonder if that highest tier though is going to be something like light side TV, where like everyone like the most maxed up because it's tuned so far to the future. That'll be interesting to see how they tune some of these things.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how difficult that is.
You know they're going to throw in that Phase 4 Sidious style or type of battle in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, they said there was
I hope they don't, because that's frustrating, but I get it.
Well, they also said there's going to be a puzzle aspect to this, so where there's going to be the environment plays a part. I thought that was very interesting. It wasn't just go in, do the battle. If you've got the level, then it's just power versus power.
So kind of like the Jedi Knight Luke, that little like thing that's being thrown at you, and you have to pick which is the right one in the right order, that kind of thing. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities. They just said environment, so they did say like in some clarification that like if you're on Hoth, you could like, what was the one? Pew Pew. was one of them, and the other was or Frostbite, where you're on Hoth and. You get a penalty if you're not using certain characters and stuff, and then make it like that.
And Crumb brought up like one example where like if you were on Hoth, right, Old Republic wouldn't be getting a bonus for it, right? It doesn't make sense for it. They would be looking at giving you bonuses for being on the Hoth map, things like a snow trooper, right? So that's what they're looking at for the environment, where each of like the backgrounds and stuff that they've set up ties into a different group of characters associated with that. And maybe we get a little bit of insight from that from the GAC feats that we've seen before, right? So if we get something in Cloud City, maybe all like the dinner guests are all things that get bonuses. And we're seeing that as a little bit of foreshadowing from the GAC feats and stuff like that. So that was kind of what he posed it as. It might be more in depth, like he said. They're about like halfway through the process of getting the Galactic Challenges set up, so I probably wouldn't even expect it until the end of this upcoming quarter. But and gear also, like what the rewards are, they haven't finalized what the rewards are. So hopefully it is something good like stun guns and whatnot, but nothing set for Crumb right now.
All right.
Okay.
And then we also had this week, the Vader Rework was done the beginning of this week. It was kind of launched, and we were like, oh, well, right before JC, they put it out. I got to say, the Vader Rework is disgusting, and he is the Rogue One Vader we always wanted and needed. Go ahead, Mike.
Can you get him to take Rey? Because I tried. In fact, I did a full-blown rant video about how boring it is battling Rey. I'd rather gnaw my arm off than face her. But I tried and tried. And I don't know where these people that were able to put out these vids were able to do it. I mean, nearly every Rey that I face has got what with her. And what screws me up royally. And a lot of my Rey comps that I face have Watt and Hermit Yoda. Yeah, I mean, I'm stoked. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I love Vader, and I've maxed him out, and I will get to use him somewhere. But I'm so disappointed that I couldn't take Rey.
Well, I mean, the videos I saw was that they did not have those characters on that team, and I think maybe it's more for GAC, maybe. Because I know in Arena it's a different ball game altogether because you're getting all of the top characters and mods in Squad Arena. So I don't know, throw it around to anybody who wants to respond with Vader. I was gonna go to Jedi Master Dasha, but then she cut me. So now that I'm bleeding from her words, I'm going to just throw it to everybody.
If
Well,
I
to be
can,
fair, I wouldn't have much to say, so.
I mean, I like the Vader rework. It is obviously a bit more friendly overall, free to play style as well. I do like it.
Super friendly. Good
Come
God.
on, Dastra, give me a spell. All right, come on, let's go. All right, give me a sec.
No.
I like how. I mean, Vader is supposed to have been the most badass character in the Star Wars universe, right? This guy is crazy. I'm glad that he has finally gotten some love. I mean, at the end of the day, you are going to use him more than you were before. Not to take out Galactic Legends at this stage, but there's no reason why down the track there can't be more synergy with, say, someone like a Moff Gideon or something like that could give him a bit of a boost. Some Death Trooper synergy down the track maybe is possible. There's certainly other options down there. I like him getting at least something that makes him a lot more usable than he currently is. Not on the top tier, but at least he's usable, and that's something that we missed, I reckon, because I haven't used him forever.
Yeah, I mean, he can pretty much destroy some things. And it was funny, I was watching my girl from MC3, Meow Meow, Soka Meow, an Arnold stream, and he was using Vader against Luke, which was really fascinating to watch. And all it took was for one boo-boo, and that Luke team got off, and Heinz, you would have been proud because it got preloaded with turn meter.
Don't know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about this bull term you keep talking about. I've got no idea what you're talking about.
It was a preloaded term meter.
I got no idea what you're
and
talking
it was
about,
against
bro.
Luke, and then he couldn't beat it because
no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
Direct that somewhere else.
All right, well, I'll direct it somewhere else. Jedi Master Dasher, how much do you think Heinz preloads?
Off.
You know, I've actually been kind of curious about that because it's always referred to that I'm like, man, how horrible is this guy? Or did he do it just one time and then they just razz him forever from a one instance? Or is this a common occurrence? I'm
It's
not
not
sure.
a common occurrence. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think
No,
it's a
it's a lot of
common
fun.
occurrence.
There you
It's
go,
a
Mike.
lot of fun. No, it's just a talking point. Let him rip. That's fine.
That's what someone
Got a clean
says.
sweep last time anyway.
Yeah, that's what someone says.
Doctor just said it, so it's canon now,
yeah,
Heinz. You don't have a choice.
It's canon, yeah.
Not quite what I want to be known for, people. Let's be clear
On
here.
his grave it
I was
says,
gonna say, that was
Heinz
like my
was a
first
good man.
Introduction to you
Preload.
was them talking about UTM loading, so.
And Ram Bam. Dead set. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You should ask Jedi Master Adastra about Jedi Knight Luke and how good he is.
Yeah, how you
I want
do-
to ask it.
yeah,
I want
go
to ask
ahead.
you more about Vader.
Well, I mean, we know what Vader's been doing.
Well,
We're in teams
I was
and
gonna
stuff.
say Vader, yeah, that's been a lot of people have been loving that. I haven't been able to actually do it myself yet because I only have one Zeta, and you know he needs all of them to be
Yes.
as awesome as possible.
Maybe you didn't put
I was
all
like,
those
dang
Zetas
it,
in those
I never
Jedi.
thought I'd regret having 0 Zetas on my Vader.
Uh-huh.
I will say he's much better on offense than he is on
Yeah,
defense.
he sucks
I
on
got
defense.
a lot of testing on defense, and I had like 5 or 6 different comps that I could beat him with on defense. So I would either as under EP, even with like Bastila, like all that stuff. I still think he's much better on offense.
Yeah, he's an offensive
Yeah,
juggernaut.
it seems like it. My opponent last GAC set him on defense, and it seemed so underwhelming when I attacked it.
Yeah.
So I'm
The
like,
AI just doesn't.
yeah, this is a more offensive team, I think, because
Yeah.
they're showing it killing everything.
Yeah.
So it's
Mhm.
like, yeah.
So yeah, so everybody in my chart was saying, yeah, don't put Vader on defense. It's, even if you use, like, I'll see him on teams when they're climbing because it helps tremendously, like with their Darth Revan teams and stuff when they're taking on like
Yeah.
Galactic Legends. But that shit changes quickly when they're done. back to Supreme Leader Kylo or Galactic Ray because they're like, no. One guy said, I dropped so much, I never will put that on defense again.
Yeah.
All right.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good defensively if you go with you only have one CLS strategy. Just put like a bunch of stuff you need CLS for on the board.
Yeah.
No, there's like 4 or 5 other things that can beat it other than CLS. I mean, I still think it's not very good.
Oh,
on
there's a
defense.
bunch.
Yeah. I think he's very balanced. He's very overpowered in some situations, but like you said, Class, he's very, very vulnerable to a lot of different things. I think they did a very good job with it. I'd be very interested to see how he's messing up the early game, though. I bet he's super OP.
Oh, God.
That's true. That's a
Would
good
be.
point. We're all talking at end game here.
Yeah.
But
'Cause,
yeah, he would be a monster.
When we all started, Vader was the ultimate character to go for. You couldn't get him. Now you can get him in the Shard store. They have packs for him. You can get him in the Fleet store. Like, now you can get him pretty early. So, yeah. If any of you guys are like Division 4 or lower, let me know how big of a nightmare he is. I'd be scared of him. But
Okay. All right, let's start getting to the questions. We're going to start from the top left and move our way around. Finn, we'll start with Australia's Most Wanted, Heinze, and then we'll take it from there. So first question,
sir.
fire away there, Finnadoodle.
Okay. So Heinze, first question from Bill Buttlicker. Sorry,
Billy.
William Buttlicker Esquire the Third.
Services.
Question: Best road ahead ever. Now that CG is 3 for 3, what could they do next to go 4 for 4? What would you like to see in the game? More GAC brackets, a level cap increase, mod reworks. What would be your 4 for 4 for CG?
Hold on a second. What the hell is that behind your head, good old Maurice? Is that a guy with a pacifier in his mouth?
what?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sakes.
He's matching his son, though. I can see what he's doing.
Background.
He
Oh,
does.
it is
random
Yeah, you
background.
should have seen last week. I don't know if you were paying attention, Jedi Master Dasher, but he had the guys doing poses. I don't know what they were doing, but it was pretty horrifying.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I thought it was a family photo.
Oh,
It is.
boy. Yeah.
It was actually Baby Gum's first glamour shot.
Oh, God. Jesus. Oh, Lord. Good old Maurice turned his head and I looked. I was like, wait, does that dude have a pacifier? Okay, I have to address this. All right, back to you, Heinze. I'm sorry. I just saw
that's
that
fine.
and I was
Yeah.
getting vomitous.
Quick question for everyone out there. There's 105 watching and 28 likes. Hit that thumbs up, people. Come on, get that up and running.
Well, we
first,
just had
right,
a
please. Do that.
donation from Thank Irel, and thank you for the donation. We had one earlier, Finn, if you want to find that one. It says, Heinze, can you please play your theme song, Sound of Preload for Lady Adastra? Not on the Jedi Academy.
Yeah, that was the other one was from Thane Tyrell also that said, "Hi Adastra, how are you doing this lovely morning?"
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Someone look after the boys here with like $20 and I'll play it. That's fair.
Okay.
I'll set it up. And if someone looks after the boys here at OSG, I'll play the preload song. For
Okay.
Adastra.
We'll do the preload song. All right.
Up to you guys.
But what do you want to see? What's what
Okay.
make them go
All right,
four
let's
for
get
four?
serious now. Okay, so level cap increase, something I believe we've been missing for a long time now. I think it's been way too long, especially now with the difficulty levels with the light side territory battle. I think having a level increase would be great, in my opinion. I think that will get bang, already gone whack.
Well, there we go.
Okay,
Well, that wouldn't take long. I think I real $20 did fine.
He really wants me to hear your theme song.
It's not my theme
Well, then
song.
meow 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 said, "Don't preload JKL Heinze." Okay, there you go. So meow meow with $20 and said, "Well, I see your $20. Thank Irel, and we'll double it."
Oh well.
You opened your the skewers, man. Don't tempt the skewers, brother. They will do that.
hey,
Awesome.
everyone's a winner.
Yes.
Everyone's a winner. Let's be clear. Everyone's a winner. That's the whole
Science.
idea.
That's
Okay,
science.
all right. So all that.
We'll
Okay,
play
so
here
level cap increase. Yes, I love that. GAC brackets need to be addressed. Matchmaking needs to be addressed as well. With and without Galactic Legends in some lineups are quite annoying. I think there should be algorithms should be adjusted to allow for if you have them or not better. But yeah, whackity whack whack. Paul's going off.
Oh my
I
God!
love it.
So you're gonna have to like loop your theme song a few times
Holy
from
Christ.
the sound of it.
You've unleashed the beast, man.
Okay, all right. Give me a second. I've got to fire it up.
Yeah,
Hang
Paul,
on.
Paul says fine, do it again. So get it ready, and then we'll move on to another question.
Come back to me. Come back to me in a minute. But yeah, look, level cap increase. Yes, highly recommend it. They need to fix the levels. That would be amazing. Absolutely. Want to know if there's more Mando stuff coming? We believe there is. I'd like to see that. That will probably do me for now. In my opinion, anyway. I think. Oh, and we want to know if there's going to be another relic increase or not.
There you go. All right, Finn, next question to, I was going to go to Gom, but he looks like he's having a delicious breakfast full of vitamins and minerals.
I'm good to go.
Yeah, okay, he's good to go. Never mind, we'll go to good old Maurice, who's eating his sauce.
All right.
He's having second breakfast.
So, Gom, question to you from Darsion 1972. And he says, how does the Padme counter to Kylo work for GAC without Rey, as I'd like to save my Rey for defense? What is the kill order, mods, etc.?
Well, go ahead and tell you that's not going to work for much longer. They already made a post. It basically, a lot of these counters for Supreme Leader Kylo, well, it depends, I guess, which one you're talking about. But any counter that includes Padme and 5, any counter at all that includes 5 is more than likely not going to work. Because what happens is Kylo focuses down on 5s regardless of the situation, and he will not pop his ultimate if 5s is on the board. Like, I don't know if you've noticed that, but Kylo's meter will be all the way full for several turns, and he just refuses to use his ultimate when 5s is there. Basically, with Padme there, the reason it works is it works a lot better if there's like a Zeta Sith Trooper on the team, or a Zeta First Order Stormtrooper if there's Sith Trooper on the team, because all the assists under Padme, because 5s is Galactic Republic, all the assists will just fuel so much protection up on him. He's basically invincible. And especially if you use, Echo, for instance, as a third character, that's going to give him 100% defense as well. So it's, lots of bonuses there. And
when he's taunting.
Yes. Well, it's basically, with Watt. Yes, with Watt. But basically, he's invincible. It's the invincible 5s. And that's exactly what they were talking about in that forum post, how the AI interactions with Kylo. I wouldn't really get too wrapped up in that counter because I highly doubt it's going to work once they change it.
I mean, if you are using it, you need a max health though. Like just max his health out as much as you can.
All right.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
All right. Kane77 in the chat just said that it is his son's 12th birthday today. Kane, if you would like us to do a special shout out here, I will. Kermit or any voice you want me to do, please let me know in the chat and we will do that. All right. Do you have the preload song before we go to Clash for his question there?
Okay. So before I do, can you just tell me if you can hear the grid seal sound first? That way I know you can hear it. All right. So let's see if this works.
Yes.
All right, cool. You got that. All right, hang on. I'll check if Ramband's still in the house.
Not like you're good anyways, mate.
Yeah, okay, we're good. Okay, we're ready to go. All right, okay. All right, so we're ready to go here. Here is the stupidest song. Scotty McLaren, you've got a lot to answer for, my friend. Let's be clear. Dude, you're going to pay for this. Here we go. Let it rip.
Hello, preload, my old friend. It's nice to see you again. And as the toilet paper flies off the shelf, I'm in jail all by myself. And Heinzie loses in the GAC all over again. Change your name to Ben. In the sounds of preload.
I hate that.
You gotta play it 2 more times.
Well, we'll do it later on. We'll do. Yeah, we had a couple donations. We'll do it later. So
yes, Durgan, that is correct reaction.
$3 donations. So.
Yeah, so we'll a couple more times. Have it ready, Heinz.
We'll spread it out. Spread it out.
We'll spread it out. There's only so much of
3
that.
times so far.
Yeah.
Who's to say that?
Oh Lord.
I love it.
That song.
You got a pretty good theme song there. That was entertaining.
Yeah.
I got a better one, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Let's okay.
Ranger.
Yeah.
Darth Revel Sith one's pretty cool.
What's up now?
Yeah, this one's good. I like that.
The Escape podcast. Today is my son's 18th birthday.
Okay, so if he would like a special shout out with any voice or anything, let me know. Yeah, that's a good old Paul from the Escape podcast.
Happy birthday, man, Paul.
Yeah, but if you want to do a special birthday shout out, Paul from the Escape podcast, let me know. All right, so we got 2 possible birthday shout outs. Let me write that down. All right, to Clash for his question, Dr. Finn.
Okay. So Clash, Question to you from Nightmare. Question is, with all the crap CG has gotten, some deserved, some undeserved, do you think we can now show them some love after the Jedi Luke event, the Vader rework, Galactic challenges? Are people still mad?
People are going to be mad no matter what. But yes, I do think they should get a little bit of love for some of the stuff they've come out. I agree. I like the substance. I like the style. I like kind of where they're going. I think the only real complaint that has any merit is just the amount of communication, right? They could have hinted at certain things a little earlier, knowing that, I know Gaw mentioned it earlier, there's not always a way to say everything that's going to happen because things change and whatnot. But if they could give just a little bit more transparency, I think that's really all we're asking for. So yeah, I think that they deserve some love. I'm loving Jedi Knight Luke right now. I think he's been great. I really like how friendly this new event could be to the whole community, not just the whales. So we'll see where it goes.
All right. Moving on to Michael W. Huntington III. There's a question for him.
All right. Mike, question to you from Darth Scion 1972. Question is, how could CG improve Rey? Now that Kylo has gotten 2 buffs, is it time to make a slight change to Rey?
Okay, I'm not the right person to ask this question. I don't think she needs improving, personally. She's in a god-awful comp that's really difficult. It's a timeout thing. I did a full-blown rant for 26 minutes of why light side are the timeout exponents of this game. She's great on attack, but what does she need improving on? She does what it says on the tin.
She doesn't do PvE as well as Kylo, and Kylo seems to be getting some buffs towards the PvP side of things, right? So if you wanted to see something for Rey PvE, but so what would you like to see for if there is anything to improve upon on Rey, right? Like they're kind of tweaking Kylo to give him a little boost here and there. It's not huge buffs, but enough to manipulate the AI. Yeah,
I know. She's banned from having Hermit Yoda and Watt in her team. That's the improvement. Yeah.
I don't think Rey needs anything, man. I think she's fine the way she is, honestly.
I don't understand. Kylo had to be buffed because pound for pound, Rey was way better than Kylo. And that shouldn't be the same. They should be on a fairly even keel. Okay, you get the benefits with Kylo that you can solo the heroic Sith, and you can do lots of, Kylo will kill everything else, but Kylo can't take Rey. Well,
what?
Not very often.
Huh? What? I don't know what Rey's your playing, brother, but I my Rey gets killed by Kylo's all the time.
Yeah,
and
vice,
by Revans,
and vice versa.
Light side and dark side Revans can kill Rey, which they can't Kylo. Kylo has like 2 counters, and they both include GL Rey. Rey has like 3 counters, and so that's my only complaint.
Okay, I've only found 1 counter for Kylo so far, and it includes a load of Jedi. No Rey. I'll have to try that.
Well,
you know what? I don't use Rey. This is awful to say, but I just don't use her. She just winds me up with my arena shard is absolutely rammed down full of them, and I'm constantly trying to find a way that I can get through them quickly because
Jedi Knight Revan has been my consistent, easy way to get through a Rey without having to use a Galactic Legend of my own.
Yeah, but what I'm finding now is that all my shard are loading their Reys with Hermit Yodas and Watts, and that can provide. I must admit, it's so satisfying to get the final shock and like 3 or 4 of them go, and then you're like, yes, we're there now. But it's still kind of before that, it's still a bit of a on the wire.
It's going to be okay, Mike. We'll get through this.
Yeah. But I don't think she needs improving.
No, I don't think
Seriously.
she needs
And not at the
improving either.
moment.
Not that I can see. I don't have any problem with GAC. I don't have any problem with Arena. I'm going to get tops in Arena with her. I could beat Kylo's. I could beat, do I drop? Yeah, I usually drop like 6 or to 10, somewhere around that range,
Here's the only thing I wish she didn't. I wish she didn't take any damage or anyone take any damage like Kylo has, because the fact that you can crit her for 1 and it still can build up SLK's ultimate, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they can tweak that. Maybe little tweaks here and there, but I don't think she needs anything else. So, all right, Jedi Master Dasher's next on the question roulette world. Hilfrin, what do you have for her?
Okay. Let's see. Adastra, question to you from Asuka Meow. And her question is, how do you beat Jedi Knight Luke, Ezra, Shakti, Zaris, and Hermit Yoda?
Lord
First of all, hello, Asuka! Yay! Get to answer a question from you. As for, I have to tell you how to kill Luke.
Yeah,
Aww.
Luke!
Well, I haven't honestly gotten to test much myself against him, because I'm like the only one in Arena that's using him, and then GA is pretty much my only other source to practice anything. And I ended up using my own Jedi to kill their Jedi Luke. So you can, do Jedi on Jedi violence. That definitely works. But you also keep in mind the speed aspect. So since that's Shock and Hermit Yoda there, if they have Shakti super fast, because it's really easy, she's the fastest Jedi in the game, because she's going to start with his special, I believe. So if you don't get that first movement, they're going to start off, coming after you pretty good there. So you're going to need some survival potentially. So if you can outspeed them, then you have a lot more like go-to options. So I was thinking like maybe bounty hunters, because you can get the speed from Jango lead or Mando lead. I was thinking those could be a possible counter.
I have
Vader, I guess, is a hit and a miss.
Well, we'll put a caveat. If he had got the ability block on old Zaris there, then that Luke team would have been in big, big, big trouble. But he missed, and then the buff went off, and then it was over.
Yeah, I see. I didn't know what happened, but I just heard that I guess Vader can get stomped from it, but. Again, it depends on the comp too, and like in this case, that's a really good Jedi Luke comp because of the speed, and then Zaris to kind of help with the survival. But then maybe Padme, maybe you got a lot of survival with the Padme team. You're likely gonna go after they go, but again, you can heal up. However, his stun, and then nasty. If he kills one of your, so it can be pretty brutal. Let's see.
I really like the
trying to think what else
option.
I've tried. If any of you guys want to chime in on stuff you've tried, go ahead.
Well, I haven't had a chance because I haven't seen any, but the bounty hunter team with my Mando and Kreef, oh yeah, man, because they're super fast. I mean, boss is going to taunt immediately because I got mine with the bonus of like almost 350 on speed, and the others are above 300, so they'll all go first. So that might make that, get that payoff off and like, hi Luke, eat a disintegrate. Who's gonna say something good on Maurice? Were you piping in? Or are you still eating breakfast? No, just eating breakfast.
I had something, but one of my mates went against JKL, but unfortunately he tried CLS, and his exact words were that he got Luke into the red, and then Shaq moved, and it was over.
Oh wow!
so he came so close, and yet so far.
And in the end, it didn't really matter.
But what he didn't say is that his Chewie was modded for tenacity. So if it had offense, he probably. So he's thought, well, I mean, I'm just relaying some, personal experience that CLS might be able
see that.
to.
You would get the opening stun no matter what, and then you just need the damage. You need high damage so you can burst someone down. Burst down Luke perhaps, or
Yeah, get Luke gone, and that really pulls the teeth out of that squad.
With him gone, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that I put mine on. I took mine to Relic 7, and he's really good. He can actually prevent Sith Empire from countering it if you've got like Watt and then a Jedi tank. I've actually put my Relic 7 Plo with them to get the tank tech. I know, bizarre,
definitely.
It worked really well to keep Sith Empire away. But CLS actually struggles if you've got a really super fast Hermit Yoda in there, because he's stealth and you can't do anything about it. And he's one of the fastest characters in the game. As soon as he goes, someone's stunned, he's going to cleanse it and give the buff to Jedi Luke. He's going to go next, and then you're as slow as he is, and so it can unravel very quickly. I also used it on offense finally to be able to counter Padme using Shock T. That was really awesome to watch me crit Padme for 188k, and then it was game over. So I think there's a lot of viability in a lot of different ways with Jedi Luke.
All right.
Absolutely.
Everyone loves a good play job.
That's right.
Everyone does. That's right.
All right. Back up top, we go to Heinze, Finn.
After that, really, I have to give Heinz.
Yeah, that's how it works.
All right. Okay. So, question to you from Xlore, and the question is, I just put the third Zeta on an R3 Vader. What would be a good way to use him in TW? I don't have Watt or Thrawn free for him.
I've just unlocked him, and I've only honestly put the Zeta on him, the last Zeta on him, the Massacre one, yesterday. I haven't tested him a lot, to be honest. Counters wise, I'm still trying to work out what the best fit is for him. Someone else who's got him could probably answer that better than me, to be honest. I'm still just in the middle of having a play with him at the moment to work out the best answer.
Well, the ideal team still is, and the top three is Palpatine, Vader, Thrawn. That's always a team in GAC or TW that I've kept together, right? They're just nasty, and they're even more nastier now that you got Vader going bananas in the beginning. The other two, it's been interesting because some have put Shore Trooper and Tarkin, or Tarkin and TIE Fighter Pilot, and one of the other characters I've been seeing being thrown in there is IPD. IPD has really come up a couple of notches with that combination with them, and I've even seen people go Palpatine, Vader, Tarkin, TIE Fighter Pilot, and Shore or IPD just as a team, because Vader goes first and like the team's ability blocked and they can't really do a damn thing, and then your team goes, especially Palpatine, and then it's just basically controlling the characters from that point and just burning them down. If they have any buffs on them, then IPD's in there to do his thing, or if they don't, if you're using TIE Fighter Pilot and you've got him fast enough, then he's going to keep them from getting buffs. It's a lot of different combinations I'm seeing. I haven't seen a be all end all one, but I do know that the combination now of Thrawn, Vader, and Palpatine, boy oh boy, did that go up big notches for viability with those three alone, not counting anything else. So
did you see the Justine vid where one of the comps, he was doing the battles against Rey, a battle that Vader is obviously viable for, and what he did was he threw in Stark. So it was, this doesn't work for him in the fact that it did have Thrawn in the squad, but it was Vader, Thrawn, Stark, IPD, and Shore Trooper. So, you could switch Tarkin or Palps or another Empire. Yeah, it does. It's really exciting, all the different combinations that you can start experimenting with there.
Yeah.
There's something I was playing around with. It might be part of the feat as well, so maybe later when I do my GAC, it'll be something I can test out again. But it's actually the combo of 88 lead with Vader and Wampa. Because I know you said you didn't have Thrawn and Watt available, right? But with Vader going the number of times that he goes, you could get dots on all of his basics because of IG88 lead. And then when Wampa goes, Wampa would just go nuts. So the team I was playing around with, because I still want a tank on there, was 88, Vader, Wampa, EP, and Shore Trooper. I have to test it out a little bit more against higher teams, but that was a pretty fun team that I was kind of theory crafting earlier and having fun playing around with in some of the higher nodes of GW.
Ooh, I've
when I
got an
was saving.
R788 with a Zeta.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
We're
Because
all
Vader
revealing
goes
our
like,
dirty
what, 50 times?
R7s.
Yeah, I mean, he goes like 50 times before anything, and every single hit is going to put a dot on it. So as soon as Wampa goes, you're pretty much set. They're all like loaded up with dots. So that was one. And then I am going to look at, and maybe this is something Clash, I don't know if you've looked at it either, is a combination of Zalbar and Mission on that team with those three. So 88 Vader, Wampa, and then Mission and Zalbar potentially as a team. Just a dot loading team all the way through because of how much Vader can do.
Yeah, I have tried that, and it's a lot of fun on offense. I haven't seen as much success with it on defense, but it is nice, right? You've got that auto taunt from Zalbar, but you know, if you're facing it, that's the only thing you have to figure out how you're gonna get rid of it, right? You just need a buff immunity, or you need, something like a, fracture or something like that. But it can get out of hand, and those dots really stack up very, very quickly now with this rework. So I think that could be a really good option for some people. I used it before the rework a lot, especially in 3v3 with just Darth Vader, Mission, Zalbar, and man, the number of times that would hang people up is pretty impressive.
All right.
Yeah, chat's already going crazy. What about Canderous with the dots? Yeah, there's a lot of characters that are dot focused that now become relevant with the Vader stuff. Canderous, I know Nightmare mentioned it, and I'm actually working on his gear, but Gamorrean Guard is good because he's a dot on his basic without needing IG-88 leader. He's just a little piggy that's been ignored, but he's actually not bad if you can put him on the. I know I'm talking to Clutch about it, so he knows.
What about Sidious as well?
I love game. Sidious is good. Wampa's great. I mean, there's a lot of dot focused.
More dots. That's a minus 50 DKP because you have an IG-88 that's Relic 7. All right. Next question to good old Maurice.
DKP.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I haven't heard that in a while.
All right. Good old Maurice. Question to you from Psycho Drums, and that's a new name here. So welcome, Psycho.
Welcome.
And his question is, how quickly will the waves of adulation turn when the first bug appears in Galactic Town?
Instantly. There'll be pitchforks and fires and I don't know. But I think they were really smart. They did come out and announce the first few weeks is kind of like a beta, right? So if there are bugs, if there are things messed up, take screenshots, take videos, and send them to the appropriate channels. Don't make a YouTube video having a temper tantrum. Don't try to rally the masses.
How dare you, sir?
No, I'm just saying.
I will do that and enjoy myself. Stop it.
If bugs upset you, then help the developers do something about it. If you don't know how to, all you have to do is take a video. If you don't know how to get in touch with them, I mean, you can send it to me, and I will. I mean, I don't have direct contact with them, but I know the appropriate channels to post it and where to post it. I'll be more than happy to help because that's what they're doing. It's one of you guys mentioned earlier. This could be the first time they test their new framework, so there's going to be bugs. There's going to be things that are messed up. But they pretty much said this is basically an exhibition, a beta, if you will. So it's a public beta is basically what it's going to be. So I don't know. Don't get upset. Just help them fix it. Is all.
That's not the first time they've done something like this, though, is it? I mean, even with Grand Arena, they sort of slowly fed it out. A lot of the main content, they don't just go, "Hey, here you go." That they do generally tend to sort of drip feed it to us to get us used to it, but B, to make sure they clean it up if there's any problems.
All right. Top of the hour. Make sure if you guys are watching us right now, you give us a thumbs up. It'd be very much appreciated. Subscribe if you like the content that we're putting out. And just as a friendly reminder, right after this Jedi Academy, we will go right into my GAC for some more Kyber fight action. Should be a lot of fun. Always welcome any of the panelists to hang out as we do my GAC. Continue my win streak and our Kyberness. We have to maintain our Kyberness and go out to the clubs to all the ladies like, hey, I've been Kyber for over a year now. Let's go back to my place. So do that, and then after I get done with mine, then we'll have Finn do his GAC, who's also not trying, but is also Kyber. So when he walks into the doctor-patient room, he's like, I'm Dr. Finn. I'm Kyber. You're in good hands. All right. So,
I don't think Kyber hands would be useful.
I just said you were Kyber. I didn't say anything about your hands, psychopath.
You said I was Kyber and I'm in good hands. So if I'm made of Kyber, that would make my
You're
hands.
in good hands. All right. I'm not even going to go down.
You'd have some
do know-
swole shoulders and back, though, if you had Kyber hands just carrying around all
I
the
know, being like Colossus.
That's not how
Just like
Colossus.
chains of Kyber.
No,
coming.
that's not how that. That's not Colossus's power. That's wrong. You don't even know your X-Men. That's horrible.
Yeah, I'll get like little like stripes of like the metal just all popping up with Colossus and just like turn into like Kyber Colossus. Kyber Colossus. That's the name. Kyber Colossus.
I'm taking some of your man.
That is the new Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes superhero.
That's awful. God. All right. Going back to our next question for Clash. Clash. He's a miracle.
Do 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 do. All right. So,
Dive.
question from Ray Rock. So he said, I need to perform 2 ship upgrades to get this achievement reward. I upgraded Palpatine's ability on his shuttle and 1 ship ability, and it didn't count. So what counts as an upgrade for this reward?
I'm gonna have to punt on that one. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know
It's
how that works either.
It's the starring
I
of
think
the
it's
ships.
it's starring of the ships.
Starring of the ships.
Yeah, it's the starring of the ships. Upgrades are referring to the stars, not to the abilities. So
I'm learning something here. Yes, I go with that. That's my answer.
there you go.
Man, Clash, you know everything.
All right, so I'll give Clash another one here. So Bolton Baru, question. Vader's mods. What is the optimum balance of speed, offense, and potency? What kind of numbers should we shoot for?
Good question. I think people are still, finding whatever their tweaks are going to be, but I'm noticing a lot of the relics and people use my Discord server for the bot that shows mods and stats together, and a lot of the ones that I've seen, especially the ones that are 7, they're going pretty much, offense set and crit damage triangle with, I usually around a plus 100 speed or so. But a lot of them have, I'm just looking at a couple of them right now. A lot of them have pretty decent damage on them, and they're going offense cross as well. And then their offsets are usually going to be either potency or something else that gives them a good. They've got a lot of offense on them, as secondaries. For those that I see that aren't Relic 7, maybe they're Relic 3 or below, I see a lot more people focusing on speed there, which I think I kind of understand, because you're gonna want him to go early and often as much as you can. But I think if you're shooting for physical damage, you want to be over probably 7,000 or 8,000 at minimum at Relic 7, if you can even higher. But that's what I've seen so far. His critical damage on his saber throw can get, obviously the screenshots you've probably seen, out of control, like 700, 800, 900,000. So far that's what I've seen, but it doesn't mean it's the best. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I think you're
He needs
right
to go first, right, to get that change. So yeah, whatever. Yeah, your opponent makes. Go ahead, Adastra.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. You need ample speed, because you want him to get his pain train going. So the ideal would be speed plus damage and potency. So you're kind of looking at the big 3 right there.
Yeah, I think I
CC.
redid mine and did speed set with potency secondaries. I think I did a potency cross, and then also I was looking for offense, crit chance, that kind of stuff on the secondaries. So speed, I think I redid mine and got him like 260 speed. I don't have the best speed mods on them, but
yeah, 260 is good. 260 speed is good, and then you're right. I'm seeing on like one of the ones that I know this guy's worked on for like the last several days, just fine tuning it. His potency is over 100%, so he's got plus 50 potency on him. He's got 264 speed, and his damage is 8,296. So that's what I think is probably
not over 9,000.
Yeah, that's a solid balance right there. Because I feel like the speed and potency over the damage, because you're gonna get massive damage with all those dots and other.
That's a crit damage triangle too. So
okay.
Yeah, that's a solid Vader. He's that's the Rogue One Vader right there.
That's a beefy boy. All right, next question to another beefy boy, Mike Hunt.
So I have to ask first. Oh, you changed it. Why, good old Maurice? Why? Why?
That's hilarious. The U.S. and Australia share a very special thing. They both have professional athletes named Tanya Harding.
My words are hard.
Before you ask me the question, you realise we've only got 55 more minutes for 2 more plays of Heinze preloading.
Oh,
No, so it's only one. It's only one
we've only-
because
Paul said his
Paul donated, but he didn't realize he was donating to that and doesn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
But there were
Oh,
2
right.
other ones.
No, we already played one.
So he played one, so
Yes.
we are one, so we can close out with the preload
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
My
We
Vader's
don't-
only 94% potency, by the way.
we don't have to. Let's be
275.
clear. We don't have
No,
to.
we have to.
They have asked for it. They have no,
Get over
really
it.
good.
They
Maurice.
paid for it. You do have to.
Good old
This is our
Maurice.
Tanya Harding.
Yes. Oh boy. Moving on. Next question. Michael Huntington III.
Okay, so Mike, from What Else 73. So just checking my thinking, I only have a few Gear 12 pieces left to relic my last 3 characters for Jedi Luke. Then I'll go back to the search for Supreme Leader Kylo, so I don't have a rush for Jedi Knight Luke later. Is that the right thing to do?
Yes. Yeah, I would say, yeah, you're staying on target. You get if you've only got 3 more characters to do them. With what they've just announced, with this new event coming through, you might find that you get to use those tunes somewhere. So yeah, that I would say that's a good move. Get those 3 done, and then move back to your first order. I mean, how far have you got to go with your first order? I would imagine that you're a fair old way along that with them anyway.
All right.
Yeah, and Supreme Leader Kylo you can do whenever, right, to that point.
Yep.
Yep,
Luke
he's
is
there
limited
waiting. He's there
time-wise.
waiting. Yeah. You want to be prepared for Luke. So yes.
All right. Next question to JMA.
Okay. So next question is from Darth Scion 1972, and his question is for Darthside GOTB. What gear level does Dooku and the team need to be to complete the Dooku combat mission? Our guild is consistently getting 31 stars and pushing for 32. Any advice?
Yeah, that's for that final mission then, right? Is what I'm guessing.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
The combat missions at the end.
Yeah, that's a very important one to try to get the extra star. So yeah, definitely. You need some relics. You need to survive. I mean, but you can also see, it's kind of hard to answer because you can do it 2 different ways. Because you can also skip the special mission, and then you could have a stronger team to use for that one. But so I'm not sure which way you're wanting to do it. If you still want to do the special mission and then that one. But yeah, either way, you're gonna need to remod for it too. Like that's when my guild, when we went for the full stars, we remodded for like every mission because it's still insane. Relic 7 across the board, you could still get stomped. So it's pretty ridiculous. So I would recommend, minimum, you're going to want minimum Gear 13 on your core team there. Dooku, super, super fast. You want him like lightning so he can stealth right away. And then again, I'm not sure what team comps you're looking at, so I don't want to force anything on you there because again, there's a few variants that you can do depending on the special mission and this one. But yeah, absolutely, you're gonna need at least the relic 3 is I think relic 3 is fair. More the better, of course, for survival, like I said. And then you just put your best mods you've got. You're looking at speed, potency kind of deal, 6E health circles, the protection. I mean, it's it can be pretty crazy otherwise.
Right.
But
Okay. All right, back to the top we go to Hinasa.
Who?
Heinz.
Oh,
Abasa.
okay.
Oh. I
Fair
had
enough.
no idea what the hell you said. It was very confusing.
My point exactly.
I feel Grid's pain with the seal.
I love
like
every
my-
second of it, brother.
Like my Chewie, it's awful.
No.
Okay. First off, really quick, because it's a name that I haven't seen in the chat for a while. Wen Griffey Jr. has a question, so welcome back, Wen. Question: I just unlocked Supreme Leader Kylo this morning. Should I go back and work up on my Padme squad to go after Gas, or go after Jedi Luke?
Oh, I'll be going after Gas myself. Luke's good, but I would definitely be going after Gas. He's a bit more. He's a good meat and potato solid team, still quite functional. I'd be going after Gas every day of the week for mine. I don't know what anyone else thinks here. Luke will be great. I think either he needs someone still better around him to really make him pop more separately, because he's still plug and play in other teams at the moment. Whereas Gas, he's just a monster. You know, you can solo a GAC with him depending on what lineup you throw him against. Gives you good offensive options there. So yeah, I'd be going Gas myself.
Science.
Any counterpoint from Adastra?
What?
Sorry, I had to ask.
What?
I had to ask if Adastra was in line with. There are.
Agreed.
There are 2 Jedi there, so figured what the hell.
Sorry, what was the question?
Never mind,
Gas or
Adastra.
Jedi Knight Luke? Gas or Jedi Knight Luke?
Oh my god. Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a hard one. They're both
That's
really
why, Heinzie, I had to see her in pain. I agree with your answer, but I just needed to see her in pain.
No, hey, dude, it was so
My
worth
answer
it.
would be both.
That's not helpful at all.
No, you have to pick one. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
I don't know, because they are so.
All right. Well, like Adastra goes and has a
nope,
connection.
here we go. Gas, you can kind of plug and play more so than Luke. So there.
Yeah, there.
But they're still really off. Yeah, they're both.
We got
You can't go wrong with either way.
No. All right, next question to what the? All right, Gom is just losing his mind. What does that say? Louisville what? I can't see the
Louisville
right?
Slugger. Not only
Yeah,
do the
Louisville
Slugger. I
Australian
couldn't
Tanya
see it.
Harding and American Tanya Harding they're both athletes and they both know how to use a bat.
Okay.
Very
Why?
Let's be clear. One in a very different way to the other. Let's be clear on that.
Yes.
Is it
Honestly,
really
I'm
though?
we're trying
Is
to
it
bond. I'm trying
really?
to bond with you, man. I'm trying to bond.
Is it really different though, Heinzie?
No, they're still swinging it, ain't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're aiming a roundish object, which you can definitely construe your patella and your knee.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, hey, how am I gonna argue with Dr. Finn when it comes to patellas, man? Let's be honest. I mean, I'm out of my depth, brother.
I mean, just straight up, you're just aiming at an object and whack. This is basically the same. So, all right. So, whose question were we at again?
Good old Maurice, the Louisville
Good old
Slugger.
Maurice.
The
Oh, yeah,
Louisville
Louisville Slugger
Slugger
himself.
propagandist over there.
Okay. So Hermit Fulgrim question: am I the only one that feels like Galactic Challenges is going to be like a TB style encounter with the old bonuses from TW?
I don't know if it's going to be like TB. I think it will be like TB in the fact that it will get repetitive and kind of boring after X amount of months, right? Like I think once we get through it, once they release the final product and we do it every day, I think it will become kind of meh. But if they make the rewards worth the effort, I think it could be a very positive thing for the game. I don't know. I could see them kind of cycling back through some of those TW bonuses. Like for the ones they didn't like, to me, those TW bonuses were kind of like beta tests for eventual reworks. Like the Rex and the clones got one, a couple of the others I can't remember, but there were some that didn't. Like Mace, for instance. Mace.
All hands on deck. Remember that one? That was
Yes. All hands on deck. Mace. There was a Jawa bonus. If you guys remember the Jawa bonus, they were pretty awesome. The Geos had this like super move, which I guess eventually turned into Ocean Spy's kit. But they had like a move where they would just call like a third ability and get basically just rain death down. Like it's cool. I think it'd be cool to see them have maybe additional abilities like they have in like the assault battles and stuff like that. Maybe have a new ability for certain factions. That would be fun. I don't know. I don't think I really answered your question, but it's just I think I don't know. A lot of potential here. I hope they do it. I hope they do a good job with it. Is all.
All right. Next we'll go to Clash. Clash.
All right.
So save
Clash.
every one of us.
So I'll ask you the question. I know you were. So this one is from Dan B. Question for Clash, you specifically. Besides Night Sisters, what teams can bounty hunters beat with Mando in GAC?
I think any of your stall out comps, anything that is looking that they're trying to bait you into some sort of like a moderate level DPS team, like EP or something like that. Those comps are easy to take out with a Mando-led team. Personally, I really enjoyed Mando lead on defense as of late. It seems like he's been baiting a lot of like not great counters, and people have been failing on it. So, but I would say anything that's in that other bounty hunters, if you've got a speed advantage and they don't have a Mando, obviously it's just like going against. It's almost like you have a Darth Nihilus and they don't, right? You can eventually just kind of wipe every one of them out. So those are the types of comps that I try to look for whenever I'm using Mando on offense. Ones that don't have a ton of defense or a ton of damage that I'm not going to risk, or ones that I need to get around a bunch of taunts, right? So sometimes I'll go in with like Jango, Boba, and Mando, and I just know if I pick off one or two of their important players or characters, then I basically have the match in the bag. So definitely have used those three together as like anything that you need to get around a taunt with. They're awesome. It's a really fun kit to play with on offense. But
I love Mando. I mean, I've used it with so many like, oh, you got Ness, Newton, Disintegrate. Just constantly just using them against these comps and stuff. Where it's like, and it doesn't even have to be a stall out team. You can use Mando team against a lot of the teams and just wreck.
I mean, Newt's a good example. I've only done that like maybe once, and it actually went better than I thought it would.
Yeah, because you can ignore taunt, and then you can just go right after like whoever you want to go with, and debuffs don't really matter, and the payout happens so fast that you're just like, who's gonna get disintegrated? Oh, Ness, you're over there just chilling. Oh, it's a gun to death, So it's pretty nasty. All right, next question from Michael W. Holton. And you're muted, Finn.
I pressed the button. There we go. Okay, Mike. Question from Maz Kanata. And her question is, any tips for tier 6 of the Rey event? I've heard videos are outdated after the Supreme Leader Kylo buff.
They're not outdated. Just restrict your search to the past month or week or whatever. Or post buff. Some people have videos where they actually have cited it's post after the buff. I'm in the same boat. I have 0 ultimate mats at the moment for Rey. I did Kylo first.
This is for Rey or Kylo?
It's for Rey. It's for Rey.
Okay. Yeah, so Mike, watch our video. We did it during the event, but I just did it last night with one of the skewers who was having a big problem with it. Buzzsaw, as a matter of fact. Remodded the team the way it should have been remodded, and then we went in and did the event. He got it first shot. And
do the mods matter? Because the only thing that's made a difference for me is like honestly is just using that special on JTR, and
well, for Kylo it's different. Yeah, Kylo's a little bit different, but like when you're going for like Rey versus Kylo, when you're trying to get Rey, there's a certain way you want to use it, and there's some different comps, but the one that we found, me and Loki, works the best is the one we use, which is Rey, the 2 fins, Holdo, and JTR, and there's a certain order you do it, and it works every time. But
I was going with BB-8 instead of Holdo.
No, Holdo, because what you do is you set her up, but you have to remonitor, and I did it with him where she's over 100,000 protection. First buff goes to Finn, then after that you just constantly throw it on Holdo, and she just sits there and takes the damage. You Saber Storm the first ad, you Saber Storm the second, and then you just burn the crap out of Kylo, and at that point, you burn him down, and it still works. I mean, I tested with Buzzsaw yesterday, and after we remodded his team, You want your Finn and Poe around 300 speed with some offense, speed set with offense as much as you can. JTR is just there because you're constantly throwing the turn meter swap from Finn to JTR because you want her getting her
you want
ability,
her dodging it.
Well, you want her getting the buff immunity on Kylo so he can get his health and protection back as much as you can. And it works. Now for Kylo, Supreme Leader Kylo, the trick is, Loki figured this out, is that you want like Hux, First Order Officer, I think he had Phasma, and I think he had Sith Trooper. It's all about getting turn meter to Kylo and building him up. He would lose his team at the end, but Kylo had like 300 plus stacks when it got one-on-one, and he would just smoke the crap out of Rey at the end there. So if you go back and watch how he does it and the order that he does, he stuns Finn, and then he swaps turn meter with Supreme Leader Kylo. He stuns Poe, and then it's AoEs and burning Rey down, and then just building the stacks on Kylo. And he waits till he gets a certain amount of stacks, and then you see him start using the buff on Supreme Leader Kylo, and it worked. It worked 90% of the time. There's always that one chance of RNG where something misses, but yeah, I've tested it recently with both, and the strategy still work. So. Finn, what are you doing over there? What?
We're getting good old Maurice. So he has the Louisville Slugger thing behind him, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I know what good old Maurice is doing. He's usually on his phone and he's like doing stuff in the game, right? And his whole body disappeared. He only had his head, and literally the background just said Louisville Slug, and then had good old Maurice's head on the side. I was just losing it. Louisville Slug, good old Maurice's head.
Bad choice of attire on my part today.
Yeah.
Terrible choice of attire. Sorry about that.
I just looked up on the stream to check it out, and all I see is Louisville Slug with the good old Maurice's head, and I just lost it. I'm like,
don't you love it, Gum? How Finn just makes you so welcome when you come on the show, bro.
But he's so nice about his criticisms.
Yes,
it's so nice.
It's so nice.
Yes.
All
so
right,
nice.
Next question for Lady Adastra.
All right, question for Adastra from John Moran: how fast should Vader be now?
How fast Vader should be?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, as fast as you can get. No, but seriously, it depends what you're fighting too. Your speed thresholds. So you could be, if you don't have the million speed mods to give everyone, but I would shoot for, so if you were going all in with him, I would shoot for like the 270, because then you're gonna get that nice boost too, because you want to guarantee you're gonna go first, because if you move first and you have the potency to land those dots too, so you can just stack up those dots, and you're gonna get that beautiful 800k, some insane hit. But you do need the speed regardless. If you're facing Galactic Legends, for example, you can't be skimpy. You need to deck them out for the reliability, to take on the Galactic Legends. Like you see people posting videos, but then you also have people saying, "Oh, it's not working for me." Well, did you remod for it? No. Well, come on. So you gotta. So yeah, I would shoot for like the 270. I think that's. I would need to look at because again, I don't have this team, so I don't have it memorized of the plus. Does anyone know offhand what a 170? I mean, not the 270. Would that be a plus 150, 160? Anyone know offhand?
Not off the top of my head, no.
The set.
Hold on, I do. It would be a plus 123 plus 6, so 129.
Oh shoot, yeah, that's very doable then. I mean, but that also you have to get the potency too. So that's kind of a fair, instead of just go straight speed without any regards to anything else, because you do need the potency to have the reliability of getting your debuffs out there. Because if you're not landing the debuffs, it doesn't matter how fast you are if you can't get that train going. So So yeah, you do like the 270 and 100% potency. You know that you're. I think we mentioned that Vader earlier, that someone had it nicely with the 3 thresholds: the speed, potency, and then whatever offense you can throw on after that. But yeah, you want to hit your speed mark first, and then get your potency up as much as possible, and then that gives you some wiggle room too, because 130s. Well, again, it depends on your mod depth, but in today's game, that's not bad. Like most people should have some 150s if you're mod farming. I mean, I don't want to sound, but yeah. So there you go.
All
And
right.
then let your Vader go forth and murder everything.
That's right.
Except my Jedi.
Well, those got to get murdered too.
No.
Yes. Good. Dasha killed Maria Jedi. All right. Back up to Heinze.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, before we go to Heinze, we have a couple of kind of around the corn questions. So we'll start with Heinze on the first one and just ask everyone their thoughts. So the first one's from Mostef Isley. He said, in celebration of the 1-year anniversary of Relics, Meow Baka made a great post about his Relic tune progression on Reddit. What has been your least and most favorite Relic tune? So start with you, Heinze. Favorite Relic and least favorite Relic.
Well, I'm in camp Finn actually with this one. I've been thrilled with doing Rose Tico.
God,
like he
shame
has.
on you.
That's certainly something I'm absolutely thrilled about. That was certainly an outstanding achievement. Didn't quite enjoy doing that dressed up as Rose Tico. That probably wasn't ideal. But anyway, let's move on from that, shall we? That one's still scarring me. My favorite one, or my favorite Relic 7 that I've done. Look, I'm going to say Gas. He's a beast. I really like Gas. It's fun. I've actually taken Relic 7. I've actually taken Embo to Relic 7. No, Django to Relic 7. Sorry, Django to Relic 7. And I love him. He's a lot of fun. There's certainly ones that I really, really enjoy. Rose Tico down the list. I'm about to take bloody Gamorrean Guard up there as well. Unfortunately, that was a stupid idea as well. So, bit of a mixed little response there for me.
All right. Anybody else?
All right, Gum. Favorite and least favorite.
I want to put Clash in the spot. I have a feeling Clash and I are going to share a couple of the favorites. I don't want to steal his thunder, so I'll just do the least.
No, go ahead.
It's Vandor is my favorite, man. It really, the things he can do and the way when you start putting relics and stacking all that health on him, he can just turn so many offensive teams into counters, so many teams into 60 banner offensive counters. He can keep your team alive. He gets so much protection up when you really start relicking him. Was that yours? I didn't want to steal. I don't want to steal.
No. Hey, no. I've got like 4 or 5 others I can go with. But that's definitely
I really like. In terms of like overall, he's not the best relic character I have, but in terms of overall, like, wow, this is really, really good. I think Vandor is probably my favorite. Least favorite, I don't. I relic Kanan up a couple months ago, and
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, until recently. Now he's really good with Jedi Luke. I have a good tank, but before that, he was really just lackluster. Old Ben seemed to be better in almost every situation. He was one I kind of regretted until last week. So,
okay, Clash.
So the one that I like the most that I've reliced up as of late. I'll go outside of the Scoundrel universe right now, but I think Jedi Knight Luke has been awesome. I think he's got a lot more versatility than I imagined he would. I still don't like that they excluded Galactic Legends from his leadership. That was kind of a I don't know. I thought that was kind of dumb, but I get it. And my least favorite. Well, this one's one of those, like, I was kind of drunk and I thought I had an idea, and I reliced a character that I shouldn't have because I was pretty drunk, and it was Ugnaught.
Oh no.
That one's gonna haunt me for a long time, I bet. Unless we get some Mando like rework, which then I'm gonna be gravy. But no, that was definitely I had too many beers and I forgot that it doesn't matter how much evasion he has. GG doesn't really care because none of his abilities can be evaded. So yeah, that was my whiff.
Okay, Mike.
She's not Relic 7, but the character that I probably enjoy the most Relic is Zam. I just think she's I don't have a 7-star Mando or Grief, so I still kind of revert to a Bosk lead, and her and Dengar are just awesome. I also think about, I did the Bounty Hunters challenge today, both tiers 1 and 2, and Zam's clutch. She really is, with all those thermals and everything, and she's speedy, and the relics just give her enough to survive. Worst, take your pick out of any of the Galactic Legend requirements that are just useless. Taco springs to mind.
All right, and last one, Adastra.
Well, I'm sure you could guess what some of my favorites are.
Yeah, Eathcoth, so you can rub it in Ranger's face all the time.
That just makes you feel pity.
But yeah, obviously Jedi, that's my thing, but I have so much fun with them. I mean, like Grandmaster Yoda, Relic 7 is just a little green, mean machine and just can go on a tear. Ayla actually gets decent, I kind of wish she got a little better relic boosts, but her health pool, it really improves her health pool, so it helps with her survival, get her stuns going. Ezra is another beast. There's a lot of fun ones that I've always used. So when relics came out, it's like, yes, let's get them even more crazy here. Least favorite forever and ever and ever, because it was painful and only because it was required. Resistance. Some of those resistance relics. Like Rose. Damn you, Rose.
Rose is a beast.
Okay. I mean, if you have Zeta, Relic 7 Rose, I've seen people post and stuff messing people up, but for me, that is never ever gonna happen. I'm never gonna Zeta her. I'm never gonna give more Relic love to her. So she and a few other characters are literally just taking up space on my bench, not doing anything. Same with Resistance Pilot. Like, who uses Resistance Pilot? It's good for the ship, sure. Their fleet still needs a little extra love, though. So it's just annoying now, all these requirements lately of relicking characters that you never otherwise would have ever relicked. There.
Okay.
All right.
That's my Rose rant.
Gotcha. All right. Now
And
another.
General!
Yes. All right. Another around the corn. This one's going to be a quick one, so we'll start with the Dastra and work the other way. So it's a question for the entire panel from Nathan H. It says, I have a top-rated negotiator fleet. Should I use get currency for malevolence or for gear? So Dastra, malevolence or gear with get one if you have negotiator.
I mean, malevolence is really good, so I would still recommend that just for TW Grand Arena standpoint, because you can kill basically everything with that ship, and it just allows you stronger defense. If you can set your malevolence, or you can set your negotiator. So I would recommend that just for more if you're in that competitive scene that you care about that stuff. I mean, I don't want to say, but yeah, that would be what I did, or that's what I did, and that's what I'd recommend, just so you have more firepower.
All right, Mike, malevolence or gear?
Oh, malevolence every day and twice on Sundays, unless he likes mirror matches.
All right, Plaid.
Yeah, 5-star Malev will take a 7-star or a Relic 7 neg.
I'm gonna go against the corn on this one. I definitely have used all of mine for gear and just completely ignored malevolence because my ship does everything I need it to, and whatever in GAC, I'm gonna give them a free win on that. I'm gonna still beat whatever they've got on their side. I'll hopefully they'll give the radish some love one day, and that'll be my next one. But malevolence, I'm a pass on that.
There we go. Good on Maurice.
If you have a 7-star finalizer Radis, I think you can pass. I wouldn't. Don't spend it on the gear. Hoard it, because when an event like Jedi Knight Luke came around, it was super helpful for me to have some in the bank, so I could just kind of splurge on gear to get ready in time. If you don't have a 7-star Radis and finalizer, I would at least unlock Malevolence, because they have announced that they're planning on doing 2 ship battles, and if you don't have Malevolence, if you don't have 7-star, if one of your 7-star fleet commanders is, Chimera and Mace, you're in big trouble. So you will need some backup.
Okay, and last
Malev,
up.
Sorry,
go.
Malev also wrecks Phase 4 of the Dark Side TB. Brilliant for it.
There we go. And Heinze, Malevolence or gear?
I'd say Malevolence as well as a priority. Again, with the caveat that you obviously have Vulture Droid and Hyena up and running as well. Otherwise I would stick with Negotiator with that case until you get them up. Then hang on to enough stuff to get him up and running pretty quickly. Malevolence. I use him in Arena still. I use him in Territory War. He rips through Negotiators pretty well now. I've got him at 7-star. I've always, with the capital ships and all the main characters, I've always maxed them out as priority. And then once I've done that, then I've gone back to gear after that.
Okay. Next question. I'll answer this one kind of quickly. Oscar Meow said, did they say how the battles would go in the Galactic Challenges? Like assault battles with 8 phases in a single entry, war or multiple nodes, or an event with multiple battles with different requirements? So they did not put out any specifics. Only thing they said was that it was going to be kind of an event style, different tiers and different challenges as part of it. They didn't go into detail about what happens once you start the event. So whether there's multiple waves in the encounter, whether it's just one that's really difficult, they haven't specified that quite yet, because it's still in the middle of process of development. So hopefully soon we will get some more details. Okay, so that brings us back to Heinze.
Yes, sir.
So Heinze, question to you from Nightmare. The question is, I just started farming for Supreme Leader Kylo, 2 of 13. I'm 20 shards shy from 7-starring both Malevolence and Negotiator. Should I use Get 2 to farm gear for First Order once Malevolence is done, or should I hoard it for the future?
I'd knock them out. I mean, you don't know what... Everyone has their own opinion with hoarding. Some people like hoarding, some don't. I'm not a great hoarder, to be fair. Those green crosses drive me up the wall. They really do. But there's no wrong answer with going for Negotiator and Malevolence anyway. I think that's fine. You're going to be happy with them. They're still going to be useful. They're not going to sit on the bench too often. You will be using them in one way, shape, or form. So there's really no wrong answer from that sort of thing. I think it's fine. And then go after gear after that. I've always done that, but that's just me. Everyone to their own, though.
Okay. Who's next, Ranger, after Heinze?
No, that would be good old Maurice, South Carolina's finest Louisville slugger, who has got his... who's that uncle? That's Uncle Larry, we said? Or
Lester.
Lester. Get your creamy
I don't even want to touch that. All right. So, good old Maurice. Question to you from Han Cholo. Said, what are your thoughts about guilds sandbagging hard in TW?
Look, I think if you're sandbagging to purposely skew the matchmaking, I feel that's kind of shady. If you're sandbagging, I use the term sandbagging. If you're sandbagging because it's an optional game mode for your guild, who cares? Like there's so much to do in the game now, and it's getting harder and harder to find people to play in the higher end guilds. Like if your players are gonna get burnt out and eventually quit over something like TW just because there's so much to do, then make it optional. Just if it's, I've been in guilds that do both, that are super competitive, and I've been in guilds that do have TW optional. There's pros to both sides of it. All depends on your guild. Is what it is. There's a guild out there for everybody. if you don't like TW, look for a guild that makes it optional. If you really like TW and you think sandbagging is, punishable by death, then join a guild that's, super competitive. I think, I don't know. I don't think it's a negative thing at all. Like, it just, unless you're, of course, doing it specifically, like if you guys have a spreadsheet of who has to miss TW just so you can skew the matchmaking, then I feel that's a little ridiculous. But, optional is completely fine.
All right. Next question to Clash.
All right. So, Clash, question to you from Drucifer912. And the question is, with Vader's lead reapplying dots, will Cassian's crippling shot apply all dots present? This could be something.
I believe it does. I just tested it in GW, and it seemed like that's what it actually did. It replicated all the dots to the one character on his special. So that's a pretty hefty sum on one character.
So do you see potential now with putting Cassian on a Vader team?
I mean, yeah, it definitely seems like it might be situationally pretty sweet to be able to stack all of your damage on one character if you're looking to take out something that's, got a, really beefy tank on it or something like that. But I imagine you're going to want to have Cassian survival high enough to where he's not going to die before you can do that. So it's sort of a give and take. If you've got a good, well-geared Cassian and you want to test it out, I think why not? That seems like a pretty cool use.
All right.
There you go.
All right, next question to Michael.
Ooh, that means we could do the achievement in TW. Run Cassian with Vader and actually get wins. Yeah, sorry. I've got to do them for the Ahsoka challenge.
That was the last of our serious questions. We have a whole lot of fun questions, actually.
Okay.
So if we're ready, let's jump into the fun questions here. If you guys do have any more questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. We'll still get to them with the time we have left if you have them. But first question to Heinze.
Yeah,
and it's from Oscar Meow. And her question, she says it's more of a PSA for Heinze. Do not preload TM on Jedi Knight Luke.
Okay, we've heard it first.
This is the question. Darth Scion 1972 for Finn. Which is better, porgs and beans or pork chops? Neither, and you're awful, Darth Scion.
That's
Seriously.
good. That's good stuff right there.
Awful. Just leave the porgs alone. They haven't done anything to you.
All alone, no. I'm sorry.
All right. What else? 73 question. After seeing Arnold preload Jedi Knight Luke this week, it makes me wonder if Heinze has done it yet, since I hear that's kind of his thing.
It's not my
See? Apparently you're very famous for this.
What a load of absolute bull, people.
All right. Oh, maybe this one's a little more of a serious question. Darth Scion 1972 for Heinze. Now that the road ahead has been awesome, are you sending CG a year's supply of Vegemite?
Oh.
Also, numerous people have asked me to tell you to stop reloading TM. Okay. That's like your get out of jail free noise right there every time.
Poor God.
Okay. Next one is from Durgan, so I'm gonna give this to Adastra. So Adastra, question from Durgan. Do you think they will ever add new faction tags to certain characters, as such as ones related to Anakin? So a character like Vader could get Forcekin.
Oh my gosh. Like, wow, this is starting off like a normal question. It's a trap. It's a trap. I'm gonna answer the normal part. Yeah, maybe we could get some new tags someday. I'm still hoping like someone like Visa can get something because she has 0 tags. So it'd be nice if they updated a few characters with appropriate tags.
All right. Next question from Nightmare for Gom. Said, question, since 2 panel members lost to Arnold in GAC, and a fellow RSG member also lost recently. Do we not give Arnold enough credit for being a good player? And Gom, could you take him?
If any of you guys have ever watched anything I've ever been a part of, I always give Arnold credit. He was a guildmate of mine for 3 years, and there was several times he'd go in and take tons of meta teams out. And like, he's a good player. And a lot of people on this panel do it for every Grand Arena. When you stream your Grand Arena, it makes it much more difficult than if you just did it on your own. Like Heinze, for instance, or Ranger, that they stream all of their Grand Arenas. So like where I don't, so I can like beat a team and then like take 2 hours to think about my next move, whereas they have to immediately just go in. You can't think about the things. It's very difficult for those of you guys that don't stream to do your Grand Arena live with a very critical audience. It does add an element of difficulty to it.
Especially when I want you to play shit songs. Oops, sorry.
Yes, I feel Arnold and I would have a good match. I would come out victorious.
You heard it here.
There you go. All right. We did have one serious question come in. And the question is from Jay. And so I think Mike was up next. So question to you, Mike, from Jay. Question. It seems an AoE ability block, buff immunity, and dispel would be required to reliably take on Supreme Leader Kylo Ren teams. Would a character that did all of that be OP?
Yes. Succinctly, yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think of who we've got at the moment that does.
I mean, you have some of that, but I don't think you have all of that, right?
Yeah.
Vethan is an
the
AoE
nearest
ability
I
block.
can think is like Sith Empire, kind of, and everything that they throw on you. But yeah, I think it would just be. Well, it depends. I mean, if they're as slow as kind of like Teutonic plates, then it'll be fine because you'll just kick the crap out of them. But yes, it would be OP. More OP than the OP tunes that are already in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And Vethan only has the ability block, right? So not the
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the only one with the AoE ability block, isn't he?
It is, it's AoE build block.
Yeah.
Isn't Boba's also? Isn't Boba
So
also?
is Boba, yeah.
I mean, and then TIE Fighter Pilot is AoE buff immunity, right? With a single target ability block, if I recall correctly, with whoever he's targeting. AoE Dispel is very limited. It would be, Asajj and Baze? Are they the only ones?
Baze. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I don't know if there's any other AoE Dispels.
Scion?
Yeah, Scion. That's a good one. Yep. Yeah, so none of them really have, combinations of these where they get the full AoE version. So, yeah, it probably would be kind of a next level question.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing you kind of build a squad, and unfortunately, you won't have enough synergy.
B2 AoE.
Yeah. AoE Dispel and buff immunity.
Yeah. B2 is a good one.
You could buy a pack for it for $499.99 or something to unlock those abilities.
Yeah, that's science.
There you go.
JKA has
Sorry,
an
everyone.
AoE ability. You're
going to be facing that next GAC round. What the hell's this?
Adastra's back.
Yay!
Are you getting ready to head off, Adastra? Do you have some time still?
Yeah, I was like, I gotta go, but I guess it was kind of religious poop, so I wanted to at least say bye.
Oh, okay. Well, let me give you one last question then, before you go. Because there is a Durgan question specific for you. The other one was just a general Durgan question. This is a specific for Adastra question. So, from Durgan, for Lady Adastra, if you ever face Asuka Meow in GAC, would you stick anything special in the rear for her, or would you go just expose everything up front?
I'm sorry, Asuka, that you are getting roped into this now too.
She knows. She's gonna call Durgan a dingo in chat.
Oh my god.
But in truth, me and Oscar, we were talking about this the other day, that because she's been rising up in GP, so she's actually not that far away from matching with me. So that would be a really fun battle. And I would stick it in the rear and in front. You would have something special
Oh, goodness.
for you.
Wow.
There you go.
Just wow.
It's like, I might as well own this. This is never going away.
Oh,
You
wow.
may have just made Durgan and Thane Kyrell faint in chat. I'm just gonna say that right now.
I hope neither of you had guessed though.
But yeah, we could have a lot of fun for sure. We could even do like themed defense type of deal.
Oh
I
my
mean, we
God.
could have so much
So
fun.
you could get your D out as well. Where you going? Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh.
All right, well, there you go.
On this
Wow.
note, I'll see you all later.
Bye, Adastra.
Ben, tell me we timestamp that, please.
Yes, that was fantastic. I timestamped it.
Yeah.
I paused the video so I go back and listen to that.
I'm so happy.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Next fun question. Home at Fulgrim for Gom. So should I not be doing my arena climbs on my drive home?
God.
No.
Jesus.
If you have the only galactic legend in your arena and you can sim every battle, still no. Don't play
sure.
Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and drive.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Nightmare. Question for Clash. This is actually not a question, but he just said, I wanted to thank you for your help with my Nesty Girl. Your Discord server is pretty badass. I recommend everyone to join it. So you want to pimp your Discord server?
Well, thank you. Yeah, I can give you guys that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, Nest is one of my favorites. She's got a lot of versatility. I'll link that to you guys here in a minute.
There you go. Let's see. Nightmare question. Who would you rather see come back to the game? Mobile gamer or warrior?
Oh God, why do I have to pick
Oh.
one? I want both of them back.
yeah.
I mean, I talk to mobile, but I'm not as close to mobile as warrior, so I would be biased, but I would say warrior, but just simply because I know warrior
I want
more.
Mobile Boomer back with the socks and Warrior back with the stories, man. Come on.
I like both of
Mobile
them though,
will
so
be
I
back.
agree.
I think Mobile will be back though.
We'll see.
Warrior actually did a stream earlier this week with his wife, story time with his wife. On his
Yeah.
I know, but it's you know, and I'm always a follower and subscriber and all that stuff. But I miss him in the game. I really do. I miss
Okay.
when Mobile Gamer was in my guild. It's a great dude too. So that's a tough one.
All right, around the corn, starting with Heinze here.
Yes, sir.
Pie or cake? Question from Nathan H. Pie or cake?
Arcade.
I'm Australian pie.
All right.
There we go.
Yeah.
Good old Maurice.
Gobbler.
Right.
That's effectively a pie.
Yeah, it's fine.
Fine. Pie.
There you go. Clash.
Pie.
And Mike.
100%.
Okay, you're American. Pie. To me, pie is pastry crust and base with a fruit filling.
Yeah, that's what we're talking
Yes,
about.
Mike. That's
Yeah,
That's what
yes.
we're talking about.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I could have been saying something really rude. Yeah, pie.
All right. God.
All right. Well, on that note, then, Heinze, question to you from Nightmare. Has Heinze given Scotty a picture of his mom yet?
He's got to back off. The restraining order is still in place, ladies and gentlemen, at the moment. Let's be clear with that. She keeps knocking him back for a reason. I mean, if you know that guy, he's bad news. I mean, you heard his singing. Dead set. He shouldn't be allowed out in public. Simple as that, really.
Yeah, science.
Chad is still trying to figure out how Adastra got corrupted to the dark side as a Jedi.
I have
so
my
good.
ways.
That's the second week Adastra has done that. What was it? The week before, it was the Luke's penis.
Yes.
She was just like swooning over him.
I feel like Durgan tries to ask these questions to get a rise out of her, and she's not playing that game anymore. She's like, no.
She's just corrupted. That's what Durgan just wears
Yeah.
you down. After a while, it's just done.
Durgan is a pathway to many abilities, some consider to be unnatural.
All right, around the corn. Let's start with Mike this time. Would you rather have an Ewok glider, a space worm, or a Tauntaun Luke in the game?
God.
Mike.
Space worm.
Space worm. Clash.
Space worm.
Tauntaun Luke.
The first option.
Ewok glider. Okay,
Yes.
and Heinze.
Mrs. H is like a space worm. Yeah, everyone's a winner there.
Space worm. Okay, so 2 space worms, 1 Ewok glider, and 1 Tauntaun Luke.
And a
All right.
partridge in a pear tree. Okay.
Next question for Gom. Question from Darsan 1972. Can Gom put his high school yearbook picture as his background?
I saw that earlier. I saw it earlier, and I confess I looked it up on Classmates. My yearbook is not on there, but I'll try to collect some pictures of young Gom for next week and put them up.
There you go. Bill Butlicker, question for Ranger.
Yes.
Did Riemann ever unlock gas? How did his mods come along? Inquiring minds want to know.
I have no idea, and I given up.
No, he did not. I know he didn't unlock gas because he reached out to me about 6 hours ago at the event.
It was your turn. It was your turn this time.
And I gave it a shot. No chance with the Gear 12 Asajj. No chance.
Hey, you can do it with the. I did it with the Gear 12 Asajj, not with his mods.
No, not with his mods.
I was trying to be kind. Yes.
Yes, I know. It's not the Gear. I don't want to throw people off in chat here. You can do it with the Gear 12 Asajj. You can't do it with his level of mods. That's a whole different.
Which tells me he's not following the plan of modding. So, how bad was the mods?
Set in sight.
How about with the mods? Good on Maurice. He's not really touching.
I spent probably 30 minutes getting them the best I could for P4. I guess you guys took care of P2.
Yes.
I got them the best I could for P4. Just everyone was dying. Like I couldn't keep anybody standing. It's just like it's I don't know.
GOTW Sidiousness in the chat has a good question. Is the space worm a ship?
Space pants.
That would be the space whale.
Space
I think the space
worm.
whale would be a ship.
I just answered that. No, it's a worm in space.
All right. All right. We have Kazekage to Iji question. When will boxes come into the game as playable?
After the Luke event, I'm not going to shit on boxes anymore.
Around the same time that Carbonite Hound does, I reckon.
I want Carbonite Peter Griffin hand, so that when he starts to thaw, I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh God. That's been in there for a while. I'm sorry.
Has anyone started watching F for Family yet here?
No.
Oh man, get onto that.
No.
It's quality.
All right. Now 2 serious questions. Well, kind of. One of them, which I think may be the greatest question asked in the chat. Nathan H. My IPD and Shore Trooper suck. That's it. That's
okay.
Just straight to the point.
Just gonna agree with you. Sure.
Just agree. Yep.
Yeah,
my IPD and Shore Trooper suck. That's it.
There you go.
So very nice question by Nathan H.
Okay.
And the next question, Darsan 1972. Will there be a Jedi Academy next Saturday as is 4th of July?
No.
There you go. So we will be.
I mean, we've always done it, but it's 4th of July, and I'm pretty sure most of us, if not all of us, are going to be celebrating 4th of July, right?
Let me see. Actually, are you guys available?
Especially Mike and Heinze.
Well, let's see who's available. Who wants to? Yes. But we know Heinze and Mike will be available.
I'm good.
I'll do it.
Mike and Heinze.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll just run that.
You know, I was just thinking, we did something last year, Ranger.
Yeah.
That I'm wondering if maybe we want to do again.
What's that?
If everyone is up for it here.
What's up?
Last year for 4th of July, we ended up raising money through like the super chat, and we can do it through stream elements this time. But we raised money for Wounded Warrior. Everything that was donated during our 4th of July stream
I'm not gonna
was
have
donated.
time. I mean, if we do Jedi Academy,
I can host it. I'll be here. So no, I'm saying for Jedi Academy. If you guys are up for it, we will make Jedi Academy a fundraiser for the Wounded Warrior Foundation.
I'll be free.
You guys up for that?
I'm free.
Yeah.
It's 5th of July here. So yeah.
Yeah. It's the 5th of July.
Well, it is.
It will be the 5th of July for him when he does the Jedi Academy.
The 5th.
So I'll say yes. Well, one way or another, we will have something. It might be a little bit different, but we will have one next week.
Strangely, we don't celebrate that day. I don't know why.
I know, Mike. I wonder what Nev does, because Nev is here, but he's from there. We have to figure out what's like if there's anything torn with Ned.
Oh, yeah, you find out whether he's a spy or not then, won't you?
Yeah, I know. I know. All right.
Hey,
Well, we
guys,
will
I
do
lost
something.
track of time. I got to
Yeah,
split.
go ahead,
I'm sorry.
go.
Yep,
We'll pimp
no
this
worries.
stuff for you, brother.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yep.
All right, go.
Yeah, man.
Bye, Gone.
All right, well, let's everybody pimp their stuff then. It's 12 o'clock, about to be 12 o'clock, so we'll start with you, Heinzie. Where can folks check you out at, my friend?
Yeah. Heinzie, ANZGC, do a search. It's all there on Google. So we do, during the week, we do, it's more like a GMA style GAC during the week, but on the weekends, we have our Grizzly sessions on a Friday evening. I think it's 10:30 Mountain, roughly. It's a bit late for our Eastern friends, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. Have some guests on, smash some GAC, drink a heap of beer, and who knows where the hell it ends up. It's as simple as that. So come and check us out, guys. It's a lot of fun. Give us some love. Cheers.
Meow Meow wants Kermit, and I'll do Kermit here in a second. Clash.
We have one more preload also.
Yeah, we have to do a preload and
Clash DOE on YouTube. I haven't made a video in a while. I'm working on one right now, but my last one was on Resistance with the vets. I actually put a deck together for that as well because it's actually worked really, really well for TW and Grand Arena. If you guys are interested on defense, it is in my server, Finn. I linked it to you in the chat here for Zoom, but if you want to throw that into the main chat in the YouTube, that'd be great.
All right, Michael W. Huntington III.
I can confirm it is a great defense. Go and check it out. I run it. It's fantastic. I've got a YouTube channel. It's kind of woken up in the last month or so.
As has Mike.
As have I. Yes. So there's loads of stuff on. I'm like Gom at the moment, where I stopped halfway through my GAC to come on the stream. So I've got the rest of that to finish off. Great guy. He's a content provider for Cubs. And he actually recorded for me before the battle his defense that he set. I stupidly, because he actually said about promoting it and how to work around stuff. And I wanted to be fair. So I said I'll just run what I ran the previous round. So if you want to see what I ran in the previous round, because that's already up, you'll see that defense again and the rest of this battle. Yeah, so that's going up. And I also did a 26-minute rant about light side being timeout boring.
All right.
On defense.
All right, so check that out as well. And because I've been requested, Kermit the Frog here from Sesame Street News, and we've got a lot of great stuff here. We didn't get a chance to pimp everybody's stuff. Lady Dasher, who's apparently gone to the dark side and is focusing on exposes in the rear, is you can check her channel out here on YouTube. It's all about Jedi content, and if you find that fascinating, then go check that out. And then also good old Maurice with the Canadian T-Money is you can check them out on Thursday on Operation Metaverse. There, yeah, that's really good. And then do me a favor, folks. As a programming note, we're gonna have some GAC action right after this with the Ranger J1999, and then we'll do Affinity after that. That'll be good. And the guests are more than welcome to hang out and watch the battles. And now to end the stream, we are going to have the preload song because we know that bitch Heinzie is always a preloader, and because we got donations, we have to play this ridiculous song again. So Heinzie, if you could stop preloading so we don't have to listen to this nonsense, play the song and we'll use that as an outro. How about that? Yay!
You Kermit. Anyway, here you go.
Hello, preload, my old friend. It's nice to see you again. And as the toilet paper flies off the shelf, I'm in jail all by myself. And Heinzie loses in the GAC all over again. Change your name to Ben. In the sounds of preload.
I love you, Scotty McLaren, but geez, sometimes I hate you too, bro.
Yeah, it's easy to hate. All right, with that, last thing I'll say is make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. You hear all the YouTubers say it. But I will ask that you do me a favor on top of giving the thumbs up before you go. And remember, we're doing GSC right after this, so be prepared for that. It does help the channel, so by hitting the like and subscribe and comments, all that stuff is important. But not just for us, but for these guys too. You know, they come here on a Saturday morning to hang out with you guys and answer your questions. Show them some love. Visit their channels, please. You know, check out some of the videos, watch the videos, give them some good feedback and stuff. You know, just to show there's support for them being here on a Saturday morning to help you guys with the game and entertain you. It's the least you could do. It's real simple. At least go to their channel, subscribe, help them out at least in that way, and then watch some of the stuff and give them the thumbs up on some videos. It really does help with their content, getting it out there in the algorithm. And the last thing we'll say before we go and get ready for their cabber time for GAC is COVID is still a big thing out there, guys. Wash your hands, wear your mask, do your goddamn social distancing, wear your gloves. This is not something you want to dick around with. It's still out there. It's still deadly. Don't assume anything. Just, you know, let's just be safe out there. We want to keep you around watching our videos and contents. All of us here do. So let's be safe out there, folks. Let's look out for one another. That's the most important thing. So with that, we're going to call this one done. So on behalf of myself, Finnadoodle, and the panel, thank you so much for watching us. Get ready for some cabber time with me and Finn. We'll do mine first, and then we'll go flip over and have Finn do his and get that extra cabber time. It's amazing. So with that, we're going to call this one done. So on behalf of myself and the panel, have a great rest of your Saturday, and we will see you here in a few minutes. If not, we'll see you when we see you. Peace out.